What's up, everybody? Everybody, what's up? This is Stephanie from St. Louis. And coming up next is the Parker Daniel Show. So please feel free to like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe.
Welcome to the Parker Daniel Show. My name is Anthony Parker. And today's guest is let me start right here. Over the past couple of weeks, man, I've run into some females who've been doing some remarkable things, and today is no exception. But before I get into that, I want y'all to make sure to hit that subscribe button continuously, notification bell, so you can get updates, likes, shares, comments, and things of that nature. Today's guest is native of St. Louis, Missouri. She is a writer, a singer, speaker, actress, musician, director, and producer, and volunteer, and an outreach, also involved in outreach ministry. Some of her achievements include survivor of a domestic violence, motivational speaker against domestic violence. She earned her GED. She later defeated a struggle of depression from vision loss, and she's also responsible for creating 3 plays, which include the Greatest Gift, Pain on Purpose, The Gift Beyond, and her goal is to unite sighted and non-sighted to do a play to advocate and bring awareness to vision loss. Another goal is to create a platform for people with vision loss and other disabilities in the field of performing arts and writing. And finally, her personal dream is to educate, encourage others to be their highest self. Now that's a lot to do. I'm not gonna lie, and I am glad to say that she's on her way to do those particular things, some of the things. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring on my guest of the hour, Stephanie. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm good. Glad to be here.
I'm glad.
I'm honored.
I'm glad for you to be here. Now, Stephanie, tell the individuals a little bit about yourself, things that I probably missed out because that was a mouthful. I'm proud of you. Like I say, these women are doing some things, man. I'm glad to at least have you in my company because you're one of my biggest supporters. So tell everybody about, what's going on in your life and, your vision loss, and walk them through your life. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I have definitely been on a journey for the past 10 and 11 years. And it all started in 2008 when I was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much an eye disease where it destroys the nerves around the peripheral. So I pretty much lost all my peripheral vision. Mm-hmm. I still have a little center vision left, but it's very limited. So to put it in a much clearer perspective of understanding, I probably got about 20-25% of vision left. And this was during the time where I was just transitioning out of a pretty rocky relationship. As you have mentioned, I was a victim of domestic violence, and I survived. And right now, I just want to advocate and get the message out there that domestic violence doesn't hold back from nobody. It doesn't care about what color, what race, what creed, what disability, what religion. None of that. It's just something that needs to be addressed, and so that people out there can get help for it, like I have. So.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry to hear about that, but I'm glad to know that you were able to emerge and basically live to tell people about it, because I'm telling you that's a very, very serious situation. Now, in regards to your writing, you being a singer, speaker, actress, what prompted you to actually get off into these particular fields, and what did you hope to have accomplished in that area?
Well, since I would say I kind of had a desire for it when I was a kid, but as I got older, I just kind of like put it on the back burner and just wanted to kind of do my own thing, and what made it reemerge was the ministry that I belonged to. I do a lot of outreach, volunteering there, And so I was just talking with my pastor about, some things in the ministry. And I said, hey, you know what? Maybe I should write a play and present that. And that was my first time actually completing, because I would always start off writing and I would never finish. So when I actually finished the first play, I was really nervous about it, because I'm like, now, what do I do next? Because I never directed before. I never produced, I haven't even act, So I'm like, wow, what do I do next? And so because of the support of the people at the ministry, especially my pastor, they all stood behind me, all hands on deck. We put the play together, produced it, and it was a huge success. So I just went on from there. I then went on from there to speaking at different engagements and things of that nature. And, I'm just excited on this journey that I am in. And I tell you, just want to let everybody know out there that's watching, especially those who are living with any kind of disability, even with blindness, that somewhere down the line, when you really want to do what you want to do, you're going to do what you have to do to get it done.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And so, I just had a burst of instinct for survival, and it was magnified like 10 times, even after the fact that I was diagnosed with this, eye illness. I didn't let it stop me. It's like I was even motivated more. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say that, make sure you get people that's going to stand in your corner, that's going to be there for you. Somebody that's going to listen to you in the bad times and the good times, encourage you. And sometimes it's good to take a little criticism, too, because that helps you to grow. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm just excited.
Now, I can definitely tell in your voice the passion that you have. Now, tell us briefly about these plays that you created. And where are they on the market, or people? Where can people actually find them? Just tell us about it.
Well, actually, these 3 plays were actually test runs, because they were done in different kinds of environments, meaning done with different audiences. And it was more ministry-based. So I haven't really started the ball running as far as like getting, my material copyrighted or going out mainstream. But that is my next step, to go mainstream and, do the plays at different venues, other organizations, maybe even in theaters. That's my, my goal. And possibly take it to the television screen or movie screen.
But in the meantime, you perform these at various churches or anything of that nature?
Yeah.
And how was the reception?
The reception was great. Okay. And and like I said, I'm just going to get back on the ball and get back rolling again, because I have been taking time off from writing and producing. Because it can take a lot out of you. You have to have quite a bit of time, set aside to do it. I'm just excited. Once I get a good team going and everything, and get a good support team, get a good get a group going and everything like that. Just get the ball rolling. That's all. I'm not going to say that I don't have a plan. But once everything comes together, then I start to see, the big picture, because I'm kind of one of those based on instinct type of writer. Right. I would write on an experience, but that experience kind of has to meet me. Right. Instead of me going to that experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I understand.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
So with your vision loss, well, let me ask you this: did you have these desires and this drive before then, or was this something that you developed after you developed a vision loss and said, "Well, hey, I want to sort of give something back, even though I have a vision loss. I still want to, come to the forefront, be a motivational speaker, be a activist, and give something back to the people, and not really be a person just to be on the sidelines and complaining."
Yeah. Well, this is a journey that I want to say it kind of happened overnight, because for many years I did struggle with depression. Like I said earlier, I got diagnosed in 2008, but I was struggling with the vision loss since, I want to say, since 94, 95. And I was in my mid-20s, my early and mid-20s, when it started happening. And so I was in that place where I didn't want nobody to know, because I didn't want to feel vulnerable or look vulnerable. I was worried about people taking advantage of me, or people thinking, what's wrong with her? She can't do this and can't do that. And so I was stuck in having this pity party. And then, alcohol came along, and alcohol became my best friend. So it was just me and that bottle, day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I had the relationships. I didn't care as long as somebody was there to take my mind off of what I was going through. I just didn't want the help from somebody to help me walk through it. Just don't talk to me about what's going on with me. Let's just have fun. And all I was doing was putting a Band-Aid on a wound. You know what I'm saying? This was bigger than a cut. This was an actual tumor that I was trying to put a Band-Aid on, and it was steady spreading. You know what I'm saying? And so, the last relationship that I was in was pretty rocky. Like I said, I was beat, of course. I was stabbed a dozen times, choked, and left for dead.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So,
do you think this person was doing this because, people are sick, there's some sick people in this world. Do you think he was doing it more so because you were a visually impaired person, or he was just a sick person all around the board? You know how people can take advantage of it.
Yeah, and this was during the time when I was hiding it. I didn't want nobody to know that I was struggling, because I was a loner. And like I said, I didn't know how to reach out for help. You know what I'm saying? Being raised up in a household where you didn't show your feelings, you didn't show your emotions. You had to look tough all the time, in and out of the street. You know what I'm saying? So that was my MO everywhere I went. Then when I finally decided to break down to, my ex and tell him about it, he didn't want to believe me, or he actually didn't believe me. Because he took one look at me and said, well, you don't look blind. Right. You don't look like this. I'm like, okay, whatever.
And that's the first thing people always say when you tell them you're blind. You don't look blind. But what subsequently happened, in terms of what brought you out of this darkness into the light that you are in now?
Oh, well, I tell you, after the ordeal with the violence, the assault, I say it lasted around 6, maybe 7 hours, and after that, I couldn't take it no more. I said, God, I need help. I prayed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I prayed. I prayed with all my heart that if God would deliver me from this, deliver me from the depression, deliver me from being addicted to alcohol, deliver me from feeling like I'm not worth anything. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a better person, And, after all of that, I ended up in the hospital, and an organization took me into their shelter. And I tell you, they're like my second family. You know what I'm saying? And they nursed me back to help me, with my stitches, my Band-Aids, my wounds, you know what I'm saying, and just helping me with my medication, and they talking to me, and counseling me and helping me. They are the ones who are, if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I would be, because I probably would have went back home, went back to that same job, and I wouldn't even never known that I had the gift to write, the gift to speak, the gift to act, the gift to sing. You know what I'm saying? And they brought that out of me.
Well, thank God for that, man. For real, there are some good-natured people in this world. So that was important. I'm glad you were able to share that story, because some people do have a tendency to go in a state of darkness once they become not just visually impaired, but maybe other impairments, because they have no way of dealing with it, and the only way that they can deal with it is how you just stated, through drinking, through other means and whatnot. But I'm really glad that you were able to pull yourself up and now create something that people could definitely take advantage of from you, that you can provide certain things and whatnot. So by the same token, what do you have in the future as far as planning to do? Because I see here you want to create a platform for individuals who are sighted and non-sighted to try to be on the same playing grounds in order to express the difference and the similarities of lifestyles and things of that nature. So what do you have to plan in the future?
Well, the goal is, like I said, to create a platform for those, because it's a lot of people out here that have talents, they have gifts, they have skills, you know what I'm saying, and they just need someone to help them bring that out of them. And the best way to do that is through support, getting together with people who are familiar with that kind of field. We overlook, I think sometimes we have a tendency of overlooking how natural the field of performing arts is. You have a lot of actors out here right now, never even been to acting school, but somehow they end up winning Tony Awards, you know what I'm saying, Oscars, you know what I'm saying, because it's a natural gift, and it's an art, and art is a form of expression, whether you express through acting, whether you express through speaking and poetry, singing, music, dancing. I don't really care if you've been to school for it or not. I just want to know, how can I help you be your highest self in your gift? And that's my goal.
Okay. Well, definitely, whatever we can on the Parker Daniel Show to assist you in that capacity, I'll be glad to do so, man. Before we conclude, give the people some words of encouragement as a motivational speaker to, if they are feeling, down or feeling, depressed at this point in time about who they are, what can you tell them?
Well, based on my own experience, I find that nothing is perfect in the world. There are going to be days that's going to be good, and there's going to be days that's not so good. You're even going to have some downright ugly days. But you don't have to go through those days alone. You don't have to go through those times alone. We are all here on earth for that very reason, to be in each other's lives, to, uplift on each other, to encourage each other, whether it's a phone call or a text or a Facebook invite, or stopping by that person's house, inviting that person to dinner. My thing is this: for those who are strong in that area, just look for that need in that person. Don't wait for that person to be at their end wits, and then we're going, man, I wish I was there, because now they're gone. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till they get to the end of that rope. Always be seeking for how you can, bring a solution to what they're going through. And for those who are going through, just know, my testimony is that God cares. He doesn't want to see anybody suffer. He doesn't want to see anybody go through alone. That's why he has placed people, in everybody's life.
Yep, that's definitely true.
So we just need to connect. It's all about that connection.
Wow.
It's all about that connection.
Well, y'all, you heard it from my friend and now your friend, Stephanie. Man, those are some powerful words, and plus that was a powerful testimony. And Stephanie, I wish you the best on your journey, and I'm not just saying it tongue in cheek. I really do mean that. You're a great person, and I haven't met you yet, but I just feel your presence and your vibe, and one it's a really good one. So with that being said, I want to tell the people to support the Parker Daniel shows.
Yes, please, by all means, support the Parker Daniel show. Feel free to like, share it with everybody you know, and just sit down and just enjoy the shows together. These are very inspirational shows. They are put together to inspire and to encourage and to motivate you to be your highest self. And don't forget to subscribe, because there's always something new coming up on the Parker Daniels Show.
Thank you so much, you all. Y'all heard it here from Stephanie from St. Louis. Again, stay tuned because I got some surprises coming up pretty soon, and you're going to enjoy them. So thanks again, Stephanie, and if there's anything that I could do for you, please don't hesitate.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Brown, and I hope you have enjoyed my story on the Parker Daniels Show. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.